What it do, KTTeeV? This is KT, and I'm coming at you live with another episode of the Daily K Podcast. And on today's episode, we have Mr. Justin Milburn, also known as I Am Justified. Today, Justified is going to talk to the KTTeeV audience about his time in education, the dark place he came out of to earn the name Justified, his community programs, and more. Stay tuned. Meet I Am Justified, former educator and musician here in Houston, Texas. As an educator, Justin learned to be a better student of relationships and to follow his own advice.
And I worked in education for almost 7 years. Started with elementary. I was a founder of the technology program. So I was teaching keyboarding and PowerPoint and Excel, and then went to high school. And that's where I, pretty much learned so much about students and relationships and communication. And after my last year, I would always teach the students about following their dreams, and they were my first fans. My students were my first fans, and they would always be like, "Can we not call you Mr. Milburn? Can we call you Mr. Justified?" And so they started calling me Mr. Justified at school. So shout out to all my students, man, from generations.
Out of darkness comes some of the greatest moments of light. And the way the name I Am Justified came to Justin makes his situation no different.
I Am Justified was a name God gave me that really, it saved my life. He gave me this name when I went through one of the darkest seasons in my life. It was not what people said about me. It wasn't even anything that happened from the outer. It was, again, back to that inner world, right on the inside. I was constantly saying negative things to myself, beating myself down. And God began, through a friend, he came and said, "Man, God loves you, man. In spite of what you've been through, man, you beating yourself up too hard. Man, God is love. He loves you. He's already done it." And it's almost was like, I felt like he was saying, God loves you, but now you need to love yourself. And with those words, man, it planted a seed on the inside of me. I began to start journaling for myself. I started writing music for myself and just encouraging myself. I found out I was having a son, and it gave me something to live for. And all of a sudden, I was reading the Bible, man, and it was like the word justified just popped out. It popped out to me, and I heard, I was like, man, it's kind of crazy, because it's kind of amazing, because it's like Justin but justified, and it was like, no, I am justified. And basically it's just saying that God affirmed, God has already done it. God has hand stamped me.
As musicians pour their heart and soul into their music, Justified gives the KTTeeV audience insight into which one of his songs reflects him the most.
I would say that Legendary. Okay. Just because the video, it shows where I came from and where I'm at today, and it kind of gives an overall picture of who I am as an artist and what I put in the game.
As Justified increases his presence in the community, he's creating programs such as Game Changers to serve students in need.
So Game Changers was actually, shout out to Judge Clyde, man. I met this judge, and he seen what I was doing in the community, and he was like, man, how can I help you out? I was like, man, I got this nonprofit I want to start. I don't know how to start it. It's a 501c3. It's a lot of work to start a nonprofit. And he basically just helped me, help give me the game on how to do everything and walk me through the process, and boom, now I got my nonprofit. I've been going in and out of foster homes, group homes, places where a lot of kids don't have parents, and they stand in these youth facilities. And shout out to Back to Basics. And so when I went in there, I was just like, I got inspired. And I was like, man, you know what? I could see myself, I always thought I wanted to start a school when I was teaching, but I was like, I could see myself starting a group home.
Through Justified's Eyes on Me program, he not only serves the students in the community, but the parents as well.
With Eyes on Me, we have a couple communities that we go in. We look to transform communities, because in different communities, especially coming from rough areas, we went from the Woodlands to Fifth Ward to Greens Point, and what we want to do is transform the culture of these communities. We go to a community, we use music, hip hop, to bring hope. And of course, we tell them about the good news of Christ, and we also just transform their lives through, meal plans, setting goals, lifestyle changing.
I Am Justified not only tells students to follow their dreams, he's a living model of what happens when they put their words into action.
when it comes to our careers and our dreams and what we want to be. Inside the dialogue, the mentality, the mindset has to be, you know what, man, I don't understand the future or what tomorrow looks like, but I know today is here. I know today I'm making it happen. I thank you for today. I thank you for what I have today. I thank you for my future. It's going to be bright. And having that winning mindset, I believe it's an energy. And with that energy, it raises our vibration to achieve the goal we want to achieve. Check me out on Instagram, social media, all platforms, all music platforms as well. Just type in I Am Justified Music, or just type in I Am Justified. Bookings and stuff like that, go to my website, www.iamjustifiedmusic.com, or you can email me at book.iamjustified@gmail.com.
We'd like to thank I Am Justified for stopping by and talking to the KTTeeV audience today. If you'd like to know more about his career in education, the music he has coming out, or what's next for I Am Justified, go to KTTeeV.com for the full interview. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment to let me know your favorite part of this video. This is KT for KTTeeV signing out. 100.